Today, I'm one of those really dumb people called men, a man, male, whatever you want to call it, dickhead, whatever. And we have to look at I want to examine the MeToo movement, what's going on in America especially. I don't know so much is happening in Australia or England, where America seems to have these epidemics of madness. Any epidemic of madness, aliens, whatever it is, America's got to be the world leader in epidemic of social madness, and that's for sure. Let's look at it in reality here. Women spend women spend an inordinate amount of money on clothes to look, well, sexy, not just to cover their body up. Not just cover their body up. They'll put clothes on to look, well, extremely attractive in a competition between females, which is normal. And then, so we'll take an incident, because I won't look at this Me Too movement in context from the perspective of men, which seems to be missing in this. We don't have a say anymore. And anyone who's married to a woman, no, you don't get very much say in a marriage anyway. You know, you sort of agree with a woman anyway. Sort of, for it all to run smoothly, you have to agree most of the time, regardless what the lady says or what it means. You've got to sort of go along with it, because that's how it makes a marriage work. So one has to look at that in context when it comes to how, when they're employed, depending on the maturity of the lady, of course. Now, say, just for example, you're an employer and you own a big company, or you're the recruitment manager for a company, and I've just swallowed a fly. This is Australia. I've eaten a fly just then. In my mouth, fly, down it went. That's what you can do. That's how you get fed in Australia. You eat flies when you're outside. It says tops you up with protein if you like. He's wriggling around there, but I'll continue. Anyway, say this woman turns up on a Friday, you interview her, she's got a low-cut dress and a really nice set of breasts. Can't we say that anymore? Can we say that women have got a lovely set of breasts anymore? Is that sexist? Am I being sexist by saying, oh, that woman's got thinking? I mean, thinking, oh, she's got a lovely set of breasts. I mean, I'd like to know how I'm supposed to stop those thoughts. I'd like to know that a young lady or a woman, don't be young, and they come up in a low-cut dress and all smiles and coy, want a job, so they're going to be a little bit, placating towards you in your position, and they're going to be all well behaved and all that, and they're going to and you're going there looking at them, talking to them and interviewing them, and then you can't notice because you're taller than them. They've got this cleavage and going, crikey, you have to keep your mind off the cleavage. You're trying to keep your best to keep your mind off the cleavage, to try and find out if there's anything above the neck worth employing. And because certainly as a male you can see the aspects of women below the neck that are worth employing. That's only natural. It's not sexist. It's not sexist to say, as a male, heterosexual male, you fancy women. If that's not sexist, it can't be. If that's sexist to fancy women, then it's the end. We're all robots. We're gender-free, non-humanoids that are robotic in where we are. I mean, that's what robots don't have a sex. They might have Sophie Robot, the lady looking robot, but she's not really a lady. It's just she's not really a lady at all. That's a very interesting aspect. Will female looking robots demand the same as female women, human women, that is? But say you give this lady a job, and you say, all right, you got a job on turn up on Monday, and she turns up on Monday, right? You're a married man, couple of kids, you have to keep sure the mortgage is paid, you keep your home wife happy in the fancy clothes she wants, and you keep your daughters happy in the clothes they want. So you're struggling to keep all that going by working your hardest to keep your salary up and all your bonus up to keep your women happy at home. That's what you're doing as a manager. Most managers, unless they're gay and without women, are flat out trying to keep their wives and daughters and sons maybe happy with all the demands they make on your finances while you're working. So this lady turns up on Monday, the lady turns up at work, and she's only there a couple of hours, and says, I'm accusing you of sexism and sexually harassing me because you looked at my breasts when you interviewed me for the job. What happens? what happens then? Is this bloke suddenly dismissed? Is he stood down? Suddenly innocently finished his career, finished his wife, kids, devastated, mortgages gone, his car removed from the car park, no position for him. Is he stood down immediately because of an accusation? He sexually harassed a woman by looking at a breast or whatever. Now, this is a very important point. I want to kind of counter this. Let's be really honest here. If women are going to come for a job, then they should be employed on their brains. Unless it's a beauty pageant. Unless it's a beauty pageant, then they should be employed on their brains. Let's put it. Let's say to equally compete with men in the jobs that the field of men, it has to be done on an equal basis. So therefore, they should dress in a way that doesn't distract from their intelligence, because it's the intelligence you need at work and the acumen and ability to do a job that matters, not the sexual aspects of a woman. They're all right for a front desk secretary, as we all know. We all know sort of the James Bond theory of women and all that sort of stuff. But nonetheless, when you want to employ them, you want to employ them so, one, they don't want to be accused, you don't want to live in fear of being sexually harassed at any time, which is going to destroy your career, your marriage, destroy your wife, and destroy your daughter's faith in you and your son's faith in you and all that, and ruin yourself as you walk through society. You no longer go to restaurants anymore because you're accused of sexually harassing someone you don't even know because you employed her after interviewing her with a local dress. What I'm saying is to make it equal, and I'm all for equality, this is the point. Okay, if people are taking advantage by wearing sexy clothing, then there are disadvantaging blokes. They're getting a greater advantage over blokes who don't wear sexy clothing. I mean, I suppose some gay men do. I'm not into the gay scene, so I don't know how that works. But I don't think most blokes turn up to work to be interviewed by a guy for a job to try to seduce him with his sexuality under normal circumstances. If the boss is gay and the guy turns up for a job is gay, well, maybe that happens. But that's beside the point. Most people aren't. So I suspect we need to reconsider the whole thing of how people are interviewed for a job, and I'm suggesting all jobs should be done by anonymously. People should be interviewed anonymously, so you do not know whether they're a man or a woman or the black or Hispanic, whenever they are. So you do not know what the person is, so you only know what they can do when they pass a test. They're passing a test and honestly, you don't know what sex they are, how they look, or anything. It doesn't matter. And then this gives a chance, this way gives a greater opportunity for women who haven't got the same sexual attributes as the ones with the fabulous body shapes, because that then will be more equal for women. That will give women with less, who are not maybe into seducing men with their body parts, and want a career because they need a job to look after their children and help support their husband in the marriage. So I'm suggesting the whole employment system needs to be changed so that it's done randomly, I mean anonymously, and a random selection, if you like, by an AI, and it says, yeah, that person's the best person for the job, and it doesn't matter what gender they are, what colour they are, whatever they are, it doesn't matter what they look like then. It doesn't matter. So that takes, well, that's a way of having equality, and that gives women, that's equality for women. That's equality between men and women. But that's also equality between all men and all women, if you like. That's real equality there. When you don't know, you want to employ someone, unless it's a beauty pageant, you need to employ someone who can do the job, and the best way to do that is one of those most intelligent and practically minded and able to get on with the job without being supervised, and is honest and acts in a responsible manner towards her employer or their employer. So that's why I'm saying the MeToo movement needs to be taken on by sensible people, men and women, because women now need to protect their husbands from this predatory movement, which many of these women are just predators. You turn up for a job and showing all your sexual bits, then actually that's a bit of predation, really. You would think about it, trying to seduce men into giving you a job because you're sexier than other women coming along. Well, what is that in the equality bit? That's not equal, treating each women out, not treating each other equally, intellectually, taking advantage of their sexual attractiveness and beauty to advantage over women who haven't got that. So there's not even an equality between women. When women get that equality sorted out, then they can attack men for treating women equally. So let's have a look at this movement, have a look at this. Women and men, to say protect your husbands, you have to look at this and protect normal, decent men who can't help. None of us can help looking. We go down the beach and the women all in bikinis, what we do? Wear a mask so we can't see them anymore. What is that? You know, go down the beach, women in bikinis, what? How do we handle that anymore? Not allowed to look? Not allowed to look, is it? No, it's actually quite insane, actually. Let's get back to old-fashioned chivalry, ladylikeness, and that's all fashion principles and behaviour might actually sort this out. Let's examine what that means, and what real equality between men and women actually is, instead of being demanded and told what it is by a lot of people who actually don't have a bloody clue. Thank you, my name's Graham, examining the Me Too movement.